today the Modern Warfare beta went live, and it was an awesome day just because we could play Modern Warfare without having to be limited to just playing the 2v2 alpha mode, and it was a lot of fun. We got to actually customize weapons and actually get a feel for a lot of the different weapons with unique attachments and just leveling up the weapons like how you normally would in standard multiplayer. And so that experience was just amazing for this entire day because there's just so many levels that you can go to. You would expect that it would just be the 10 levels that it would seem when you first open up the weapon customization menu, but once you level up more and more, it unlocks more and more upgrades, and you get to see, like, say you're level 10 now, you get to see upgrades at like level 15 or whatever. So it keeps unlocking more and more, and nobody knows the limit just yet as of the time of recording the video, but I would assume it's gotta be somewhere above 30 because someone's at level 30 and they're still unlocking stuff for the M4A1. And it's really, really cool because there's a lot of content packed into this. We can't get all the weapons yet, but I'm not sure. Maybe they might remove that cap. But this beta has been really, really fun, and it's been awesome, and it's just been the first day. But I just wanted to talk about how this game feels so different, and I know we say that like every single year because, you know, it's a new Call of Duty. It's the same old thing, but it's with different guns and different characters and different whatever maps. But this time it's actually different because of the guns. We use the guns every single time we play Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a game about guns. Now, the guns are actually different because you can really feel the weapon. And I know that sounds really weird and it sounds really cheesy, but you can really feel the weapons with their recoils and with the sounds in the game. It's really, really awesome how the game works. Every bullet you shoot, you can actually feel like the vibrations and everything in your controller, and then the sounds just sound so like meaty, you know, it just sounds like you're actually impacting on the other surface, like your bullets are connecting, and it just feels so rewarding and satisfying actually getting kills in this game. And it's awesome because this game is about killing people, right? Well, as weird as that sounds, Call of Duty is a war game, and you're trying to kill people and then just eliminate them, if you want to say that. But it just feels really, really good once you actually go on a long kill streak. You get those kill streaks and send them in. But actually using your weapons, which is such a core part of the game because that's pretty much all of it, you get rewarded by just the sounds and the aesthetics. And it's not just limited to guns. The entire game sounds super nice because there's so many different things like fences and bricks and everything that have different textures and different sounding features that sound really, really good depending on if you shoot it, you walk on it, you throw grenades on it, you do whatever on it. It sounds different for everything, and it sounds really, really, really good. And with the new engine, the new like movement system, it feels really good. Now, I know not everybody's on board with the new movement system because it's a little slower, and then you can do like the burst sprint thing. It's not the worst thing. That's not the biggest problem people have, but I know some people don't personally like it. But it's still, it feels good just because the new engine makes it fluid. It makes it, everything just looks nicer. And the old engines, I don't know why, or the old engine, I don't know why, it just felt like really boxy, you know? Like, it felt like you weren't really, like, flowing through the map, if that makes sense. You were really just kind of confined to this, like, set of pixels that you can only move. It sounds really weird now that I say it out loud, but it makes sense to me in my head because it just seems like, it pretty much seemed like the game was the exact same as the year before, right? That's basically what I'm trying to say, is that it's the same game every single year, and this time it's actually changed because you like the weapon swing and just holding the weapon and then reloading while you're reloading while you're ADS, like things like that really add to this game, and it's just a really nice touch, and it feels really, really good to just play it. Watching it just actually does not do it justice. You need to play the game to really get a feel for it, but it really feels good just playing the game instead of watching the game. And I really hope this extends to the entire multiplayer. Obviously, they're going to have microtransactions that are going to sour the taste of this game, but it's still a really fun game at its core. And that's been kind of the case with a lot of the past Call of Duties, is just the game is really, really fun. But with microtransactions, it just does not have the potential. Like, the potential just kind of just drops. And we saw that with Black Ops 4. It was a fun game. At the same time, it got kind of repetitive, and we wanted more content, and then it just, I don't know, everything just felt reused and recycled, and I was just not a fan of that. But here with Modern Warfare, even though it is sort of a reboot, it's really, really new stuff pretty much, and it has like modern military weapons and guns that actually, it's just everything revolves around the guns, which is awesome because they actually have good feeling weapons, and it's perfect. It's perfect. And I really hope that the rest of this game cycle for the entire year just goes really well until next year we get the Treyarch Call of Duty, which I feel is going to be rushed just because they have to rush it because it's a 2-year cycle again. Or not cycle, really. It's just the 2-year development period that they have, and it's going to be kind of rushed, but not, like, there's more studios working on it, but it's still going to be rushed. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on with that, and I don't want to worry about that just yet. This game is looking really good. The campaign is going to be gritty. It's going to be nice. It's going to be awesome, and I love the campaign. If it has, you know, that World at War or Modern Warfare feel to it, like the grittiness of World at War, but like the nice fluid action and stuff of Modern Warfare, that would be absolutely perfect. And then the multiplayer is already good. There are some, you know, hitches here and there with the, like, just the game. Sometimes it feels like the spawns aren't the best, but obviously it's a beta, and they have time to fix that. And that's something that they really need to test out with the entire environment of, like, you know, making it public and making it an open beta and opening it up to the entire player base to test that kind of stuff. But one other thing that I didn't really like is some of the maps just feel, they just don't feel good. Especially the cave map. I cannot stand that map. There's 3 maps right now, as of right now, as of when I'm recording this video, and the cave map is just not okay. That map is just not okay. There's so many sightlines. It's not that big of a deal in Team Deathmatch, but when you play Domination, there's just so many angles to cover, and getting that B flag is just absolutely ridiculous. So it is difficult and just not a fun experience. But the other maps are pretty good. The yard one is okay, the one with the warehouse and everything. It's good. It's a lot of fun because there's a lot of action all the time. But sometimes it feels like you're just kind of overrun by the enemy. It's like pretty much one-sided a lot of the time. But it's still a really fun experience because it's just kind of like a back and forth tug of war sort of thing sometimes, and it's fun doing that. But it's weird. It's different, but I like it. And then the other map, I think it's RayZ or something, and it's a really, really big map, but it's a really balanced map. The only problem I have with it is that a lot of times your score streaks, like your bomber or the bomb that you can send in from outside, it's hard to get kills with it just because there's so much cover around in the map. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's still something to just take into account. But the map is really good and flows really well, and I feel like with the tanks that were advertised with this game, it would be really, really good just because of how big this map is. But otherwise, this game is just awesome. There's so many different types of ways to play it. Camping's a really big thing in this game because of the no minimap. The minimap, I honestly don't really care if it's gone or not because it adds this other level of exploration, I guess, to the game where you have to really, like, listen to things. I've been playing games like this for a while now that don't have a minimap. So it's not that new to me, and I can actually, like, listen to footsteps and stuff, and that's, like, a crucial part of this game, as it is in a lot of different games nowadays. But it's nice, it's a new experience, but I know how people don't like it, and that's understandable as well. But I think once people get used to it, they'll like it, and it'll be kind of a new layer to Call of Duty where you actually really have to listen to stuff, and it just adds a little bit more fun to the gameplay. But yeah, it's awesome. There's so many different types of covers, like you can jump onto different things, and they actually made it like really dynamic. It's not just your standard 3-lane map with the same like sort of sight lines and the same sort of like way to play every single map, which is just reskinned objects and stuff like that. It's actually different for each map, which is just really, really awesome. And it's like a realistic environment, if that makes sense. So it's really awesome. I'm really excited for the next day of the beta and for the release of this game. The campaign, the multiplayer, and the Spec Ops, I'm assuming is going to be a lot of fun. And once we get to unlock all these specialists, or not specialists, kill streaks and guns, and yeah, actually specialists too, it's going to be awesome with the Juggernaut and everything. Some person got a nuke on their first game. I think it was someone from Optic, and that is just absolutely ridiculous. The nuke is in the game, and someone already got it in their first game, which is just insane. But yeah, that's it. This game is just so much fun. Let me know what you guys think of this game down below, and if you have had a chance to play it. If not, then you'll probably be able to play it really soon. They're going to have an actual open beta. Even if you didn't pre-order it on any console, they'll have an open beta for you. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But anyway, for now, don't just do it, ace it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.